kind of sunny out, but also kind of rainy. And also I can't leave the house anyways. Hey everyone, it's Rebecca. Welcome back to my channel. I've been wanting to redesign album covers for a while just as a side project, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. I feel like album covers have just gotten kind of stale. They're all just a picture of the artist, and there's not usually a lot of experimental things going on with like typography and layout and different design styles. And I want to do Frank Ocean's albums because I love them. Like most of you. I have absolutely no idea how we're gonna do this. I don't want to rely on photography, but I might take some photos just to manipulate and use. This is gonna be fun. I wanted to do Frank Ocean's album covers because, I mean, his music is amazing, but also he's such a private artist. I feel like he just wouldn't care about not having his face plastered on the album. I was going for a kind of like undesigned look, kind of like someone made this with word art in 2002. And it can be a kind of hard look to pull off because everything you do has to look very intentional and kind of like perfectly bad. I made this liquify graphic in Photoshop and I'm just going to link the tutorial that I used below. It's pretty easy. I finished it off with just some film dust texture to make it look a little more grungy. Lastly, I just liquefied this already liquefied graphic just a little bit more. And there we Do you ever finish designing something and then you look at it again and you're like, what the heck is this? This is the worst thing I've ever designed in my life. I am the biggest imposter in the world of design. It's a steaming pile of crap, and apparently I need to start over. Let's just forget that any of that ever happened and go in a completely different direction. I was thinking about like nostalgia and what makes me nostalgic. And to be honest, I never played video games, but Game Boys look really nostalgic for people who actually use them. But something I did do a lot as a kid is swimming pools. So I was thinking, why not combine these two things for some kind of crossover episode between Stranger Things and Moonlight and put a swimming pool in the Game Boy and make it just ultimate nostalgia. Now I'm just going in with some Photoshop magic to make this look a little bit 3D and like there's actually a pool there. So I'm just playing with the shadows, playing with my brushes. Now I want to add Frank Ocean and the name of the album where the Nintendo Game Boy title is. I'm going to write that out in a font that's kind of similar. That's one of my favorite fonts called GT America. I'm just gonna warp it to make it look like it's actually sitting on the surface. And then I'm just gonna pull that over and do the same for Blonde, make it a little bit bigger, also to make it look like the Game Boy font. And there you go. Now it's gonna say Frank Ocean and Blonde. The bright pool is kind of sticking out a lot, so I'm gonna try to kind of color correct that so that it actually looks like it lives in the same world as this like retro looking Game Boy. And then the last thing I wanted to do is just add in a little ladder into the pool. And I had to actually rebuild it from scratch from the poles because the ladder was not the right angle. I'm doing the same thing here where I'm just color correcting this to make it look like it actually lives in the same world as this Game Boy. I'm just gonna blur it a little bit and add some noise since the photo that I was using was a little bit grainy. Okay, now I'm putting in some shadows on the actual pool and the Game Boy to make it look like it's sitting on the edge of a Game Boy, dipping into a little mini pool. Now I'm just going to crop it. I put it in a mock-up and mocked up what the back of the CD would look like, and then I just slapped it on a poster. I was not sure how this was going to turn out at the beginning, but we got there eventually. I want to do his other album now, Channel Orange, in my next video. So let me know if you liked this or if you didn't. Would love constructive criticism if anybody has some. Thanks everyone for watching this. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Alright, that's all I got for today, so bye!